Since its early days, Grespania has based its strategy on 4 basic points. Design that can adapt to the latest decorative trends in ceramics, a painstaking manufacturing process that ensures the highest quality, constant concern for the environment, and attention to our customers' needs to give them fast and effective service. Grespania has 2 design departments, one specializing in floor tiles and the other in the creation of ceramic wall coverings. Both are staffed by designers of recognized standing. Ceramics are more than a building material. They're an important decorative element for any space. When they create our collections, Grespania's design departments are inspired by the latest trends in interior design and fashion. The warmth of woodwork, the shining satin of a metal surface, or the grain of natural stone. The initial sketches are made using the most traditional methods, such as drawing or sculpting, or by using the most advanced computer and photographic techniques. Such is the creativity and versatility of these departments that Grespania is always at the cutting edge of design. Once the sketch is approved, an experimental production run is made. This will be submitted to a series of tests to determine what the technical specifications of the product will be once it goes into full-scale production. Throughout this preliminary testing, our laboratory aims to ensure that international ISO standards for all aspects of ceramic products are not only met, but surpassed. Concern for quality has always been a constant factor in the history of Grespania. It's always invested in the most modern manufacturing methods for its factories. Methods such as single firing of glazed and technical porcelain stoneware, and porous single firing, as well as using the most carefully selected raw materials. It is for this reason that Grespania uses exclusively hard paste for its wall tiles, because the purity of this material endows the final product with unbeatable technical and aesthetic qualities. The industrial process begins with the preparation of the clays. Each of the components utilized in the base after initial milling is stored in large silos, from where they're drawn as needed. Rejected tiles are ground up and returned to the production process, thus avoiding waste products having to be disposed of externally. In the milling section, the clay and the additives are mixed and ground together with water, thus obtaining a suspension of clay and water which is known as slip. When the mixing and milling is finished, this slip is pumped to storage tanks. And from here, it's pumped out and passes through a screen. High-pressure pumps inject the slip into the atomizer, creating a fine spray that rises to the top. Here, it meets a current of hot air, produced by the cogeneration system that dries out the water and leaves the very fine clay particles to fall to the bottom of the atomizer. Powerful hydraulic presses now form the tiles, which are then turned over, have the flash removed from their edges, and enter the dryer. When they leave the dryer, the tiles enter the glazing line. The glaze is applied to the tiles in the form of an aqueous suspension using one of several procedures according to the desired final effect. Once the glaze is applied, the tiles are dried and their edges are cleaned before the decoration is applied, using one of several printing methods according to the desired result. One of the most innovative methods is inkjet printing on ceramics. Here, the colour is deposited by an array of injectors that don't touch the tile, and so can decorate any kind of surface, whether smooth or with relief. Apart from this advanced technique, several kinds of ceramic printing coexist on the production lines. Techniques such as flat screen printing, roller intaglio printing, or dry application of the glaze. Between them, they afford endless decorative possibilities. A close watch is kept at every stage in the glazing process to eliminate any possible defect. When they come off the glazing line, the tiles are stored in trolleys. This facilitates the combination of different production cycles on the glazing and firing lines. The movements of all these trolleys are automated and controlled by processors that direct each trolley on its particular route. Once the trolleys reach the start of the firing line, the tiles are unloaded to form a carpet that continuously enters the kiln. Here, the tiles go through a firing cycle, lasting less than 60 minutes, at temperatures between 1120 and 1200 Celsius, according to whether the tiles are for walls or for floors. Accurate regulation of the burner temperature in different parts of the kiln and of the speed that the tiles pass through it ensure that the desired firing curve is constantly maintained. When the tiles leave the kiln, they're sorted once again and loaded into the same trolleys, where they'll be stored until the final classification. For those tiles whose design calls for polishing and rectification, Grespania is one of the few companies in the industry that performs these processes internally, thus ensuring the highest quality standards. The tiles are unloaded again and enter the classification line. An automatic sensor identifies each piece according to its shade. Their shape and flatness are also checked automatically. Afterwards, the tiles of a particular type, shade and caliber are automatically packed and palletized, ready for dispatch. During the manufacturing process, routine checks are carried out on products as well as on the raw materials used. As for technical porcelain and glazed porcelain stoneware, these products have called for the introduction of a highly sophisticated manufacturing structure, the technological tower as it's called, which grants our porcelain tile production unlimited versatility. The tower is divided into 4 levels and is 24 meters tall. In it, the clays for porcelain stoneware are combined, measured out and directed to the appropriate outlet. This according to whether glazed or technical porcelain is to be made, and also according to the effect that is to be obtained, such as scales or granulation or graining, among others. When the neutral or coloured clays reach the plant, they're stored in a group of 40 silos with a capacity for 3,000 tons. When technical porcelain is to be made, the coloured clays are taken to the top level of the tower, where, according to the desired effect, they're combined in a certain way and sent to the appropriate destination. After they've been mixed and treated, a complex network of belts and a sophisticated loading vehicle take them to the press for transformation into tiles. In the case of glazed porcelain stoneware, the neutral clays can be coloured in situ, using oxide pigments and the dry colouring unit, before they're taken to the presses by the network of belts. The entire process of combining and measuring out the clays and the programming of the production process are entirely automated. Throughout this process, from the start of manufacturing until the finished ceramic product is ready for dispatch, the same philosophy lies behind every link of the chain. Concern for the environment is paramount, as is ensuring that the processes needed to obtain the final product are not harmful to the environment. Grespania has been a pioneer in this respect. When it was founded in 1976, it installed one of the first water purification systems in the Spanish ceramics industry. The wall tile factory was planned back in 1984 with the concept of zero waste, and it was the first ceramics facility in Spain to collect, filter and purify all waste products and effluents of all types, recycling them and incorporating them into the product. Grespania's concern for the environment has also embraced energy conservation, specifically in the cogeneration project that went into operation in 1994. This program means a major saving in the use of primary energy sources. It integrates the process of electricity generation by burning natural gas, the hot gases from which are used in the atomization and drying processes. Grespania's cogeneration station supplies all the electricity the factory needs, and the surplus is transferred to the public grid. The steps Grespania has taken in terms of effluent purification, recycling and energy saving illustrate not only the firm's technical capacity, but also the fundamental principle of conserving the environment, one that Grespania has embraced ever since it was founded. Our products need good, strong packaging. Also, there's a very wide range of them, so the organisation of logistics and storage systems is fundamental for us to give our customers a fast, efficient service. A good example of this is Grespania's automated warehouse. It covers an area of 22,000 square metres and can store more than 60,000 pallets. It's completely computerised, and in addition to a conventional section, it has a completely automated section with space for 27,000 pallets stored on shelving on 17 different levels. The concept of the intelligent warehouse means that each pallet is stocked, controlled and managed by a powerful computer system. This receives the orders that have to be dispatched, locates the products in question, extracts them from the store and transfers them to the packing area, where all orders down to the very smallest are prepared. Grespania has opened up its computer system in such a way that any of our customers can access it from anywhere in the world and at any time of the day or night, and thus they can obtain real-time information on the availability of material in our stores and the status of their orders. Neither must we forget the work of our promotion department, which keeps our customers informed about our range by distributing samples and providing technical assistance for displaying them and for exhibition design. To meet the needs of a market that's becoming ever more globalized and competitive, Grespania is constantly investing in order to maintain its leading position. To this end, it has 6 foreign subsidiaries in Italy, France, Holland, Poland, the United Kingdom and Mexico, as well as 3 service centres in Spain. Its output has grown from 2,500 square metres per day in 1976 when it began, to today's figure of more than 30,000 square metres per day, equivalent to an annual production of more than 10 million square metres. Over the same period, the number of employees has grown from 80 in 1976 to 700 in 2008. This is the philosophy that has inspired Grespania's professional team. always in the vanguard, combining creative enthusiasm with rigour in manufacture so as to offer a range of products that are not only beautiful, but also of unbeatable quality. Desire, reason, Grespania, intelligent ceramics.